You're sitting in a room right now. Maybe it's your office, maybe it's your bedroom. It doesn't matter where it is. What matters is the silence. Most people are terrified of this silence. They fill it with scrolling, with music, with the hollow voices of people who don't know them. But you're here because you've started to realize that the silence isn't empty. It's heavy. It's the weight of the version of you that hasn't been born yet. We talk a lot on this channel about Stoic habits and strategic silence. But today I want to stop talking about the tactics and start talking about the truth. The truth that no one mentions because it isn't inspiring in a traditional sense. The truth is becoming undeniable. Becoming the person who cannot be ignored, who cannot be broken, who is truly free, is the loneliest journey you will ever take. If you're looking for a 5-step plan to happiness, turn this off. But if you're ready to look at the scar tissue required to build a fortress of the mind, then stay. Let's talk human to human. We live in a world of performance. Everyone is performing success. Everyone is performing growth. But Stoicism, the real kind, the kind Marcus Aurelius whispered to himself in a tent while his soldiers died of the plague, was never about performance. It was about the internal audit. The first truth I need to tell you is this: your current circle probably can't go where you're headed. That sounds harsh, doesn't it? It feels unstoic to be exclusionary. But the Stoics understood amor fati, to love one's fate. Part of your fate is the realization that as you sharpen your mind, the dull blades around you will start to feel like an anchor. You'll start noticing the small lies, the way people complain about things they have the power to change, the way they seek validation from strangers. And as you stop participating in those rituals, you will feel a gap opening up. That gap is where most people quit. They feel the cold of being misunderstood, and they run back to the warmth of being normal. But normal is a slow death. Think about the Rothschilds or the great strategists we've studied. We see the wealth, we see the power, we see the rejection turned into success. But we rarely see the restraint. True power isn't the ability to do whatever you want. It's the ability to not do what your impulses demand. Every time you feel an urge to defend yourself against a critic and you choose silence instead, you are adding a brick to your fortress. Every time you feel the sting of rejection and you don't let it change your internal temperature, you are hardening the steel of your soul. This isn't about being cold, it's about being contained. The reason you feel exhausted isn't because you're working too hard. It's because you're still leaking energy into things that don't belong to you. You're worrying about the no. You're worrying about the why me. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." But the deeper truth is that we suffer because we refuse to accept reality as it is. We want the world to be fair. We want our effort to be noticed immediately. I'm telling you now, it won't be. Not for a long time. I want to pause here. Not for an ad, and not for a like button, though I appreciate you being here. I want to ask you, why are you really watching this? Are you looking for another piece of knowledge to store away, or are you looking for permission to finally be the person you know you are? If you feel like you're failing because you're struggling, you've misunderstood the process. Struggle isn't the sign that you're doing it wrong. Struggle is the proof that you're finally in the arena. If this conversation, this honest, unpolished truth, is hitting something deep inside you, then you belong here. Not as a subscriber, but as a fellow traveler. If you haven't yet, join us. Not for the content, but for the commitment to the truth. So how do you become undeniable? You stop trying to be better, and you start trying to be truer. The world can ignore a better version of someone else. It cannot ignore a person who has reached a state of total alignment. When your words, your thoughts, and your actions are the same thing, you become a force of nature. This requires the detachment strategy we've talked about, but taken to its extreme. You must become detached even from your own desire to be successful. When you no longer need the win, you are finally free to get the win. Look at the people you admire. They aren't the ones who won the most. They are the ones who remained themselves while losing everything. That is the ultimate Stoic flex. That is the Stoic's final day mindset. It's the realization that even if today were your last, your internal fortress remains unbreached. Go back to that room now, the one you're sitting in. The silence is still there. But look at it differently this time. It isn't a void. It's your workshop. The world is loud, and it's getting louder. It's trying to distract you, to drain you, to make you empty so it can fill you with its own noise. Don't let it. Keep your vision, keep your silence, keep your soul. I'll be here. You keep building. Until next time, stay undeniable.